All right, welcome everybody to the Bookmap-Tradier event here. Get an edge with order flow. Let me introduce Trey Lazara, SVP of Futures over at Tradier, passionate advocate for retail trader. Trey has a distinguished career of 25 plus years delivering effective future brokerage options while engaging traders with better technology support and education. Myself, Bruce Pringle, the chief educator here at Bookmap. I've been trading a variety of markets for over 15 years, and I lead the trading education department and support traders and professional educators alike, and have developed expertise in order flow and market microstructure. So we are here today to introduce the partnership between Bookmap and Tradier. Trey will get into more details on that. Then we're going to jump into Bookmap and the elements on Bookmap and the key elements, and understand how to read them and how they apply to your trading style, many different trading styles, and get an edge. All right, and then the benefits of the partnership here and the brokerage with Tradier. Okay, so I got to go through the disclosures first. General disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Trey and let him talk about the opportunities over here at the Tradier Bookmap and Tradier Brokerage.
Hey, Bruce, thanks for having me. So first I'll give a little background about Tradier and Tradier Futures. So Tradier Brokerage started out with stocks and options. It was founded 12 years ago. So they wanted to add, more than just, stocks and options in 2024. So that's when they became a, multi-asset broker. Won multiple awards, including most innovative options broker in 2024. Over 29 billion notional traded in 2024. We're available in 120 countries and a member of FINRA and SIPC. So like most brokers, we're going to have access to, at a minimum, the CME group product. So which includes, crypto, event contracts, options, futures, and more. Obviously, for Bookmap, we're going to be primarily interested in the futures contracts, but we do have options on futures as well. Our clearing relationship is primarily with Dorman, and we have access to CQG, and for this relationship, we're going to be primarily focused on using Rhythmic as the connection of choice. We are registered in the United States. We're a member of NFA and CFTC. We've got live customer support. You won't be put on chat for any length of time. And we've simplified the account opening process that they had over at our clearing firm. So it typically takes 5 to 10 minutes to open an account. Next slide. Yeah. So these are our new lower commissions as of this month. Typically, we charge these subscription fees to get these lower tier commission levels, but we've got a subscription better promotion for Bookmap customers that we'll show in just a few. Next slide. So we're, like I was saying earlier, we're available via email or phone support from 8 to 5 every day. Feel free to jot this down, but we're going to give you a link later on that will also have our contact information. Next slide. So what we're going to do for our Bookmap customers is offer them our Pro Plus, which is our highest tier, our lowest cost tier package, for free. So you'll get 25-cent micros, 50% 50-cent standard contracts, and 50-cent options. This is just an example of some of our more popular products, the intraday margin rates for them. So it's going to be competitive with, most of the other, uh, low margin brokers. Next slide. This, you can go ahead and scan this QR code if you want, and it'll take you to our landing page where I'll show that you guys are going to get a $200 bonus when you open an account with 5,000 or more. And I'd just like to add that you can't just open an account, fund it with 5,000, get your 200 and close it. You'll need to keep it active for 6 months. And then, Bruce, if you don't mind showing that landing page. So if you scan that QR code, it'll take you to here. It'll have the new account link there where you can click. We'll know instantly that you are a Bookmap customer and to give you the $200 bonus. And then just there's just a little of the information that we just discussed is down below.
Yeah, and I put this into the chat for everybody, so you can also just click on the link here.
Perfect. So that's the majority. I'll be here to discuss or answer any questions that people have. I'll discuss it on chat as well. Anything you guys want to put into there, I'll be happy to answer. But Bruce, you can feel free to go ahead if you'd like to start.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, we'll get into all sorts of questions and answers at the end here. If you have questions about the offering and the brokerage, the services, connectivity, etc. I just wanted to start off with the connectivity. We have a YouTube video here on how to connect to Rhythmic data for Tradier Bookmap. And all the specifics are in here. So can also send you that link as well. And then I'm just gonna go through the basics here in Bookmap, and the key elements on the chart, and then how to read it. All right, so we're looking at the ES here. We went to all-time highs today, and we're looking at, I've got Bookmap up. I've got some add-ons in here. So if you have questions about some of the add-ons as well, we can go over that. But maybe I will take them off here on the on chart for the moment. We're just going to look at the key elements here in Bookmap. Right. So I'll keep CVD up here in the subchart. And then just these three elements on the Bookmap chart. So for those of you who are new to Bookmap, you've never seen Bookmap before, then let's cover this and we'll try to go through it really quickly here and then get into use case scenarios. So number one, you've probably never seen a chart quite like this, and understandable. This is showing some pretty unique data, and let's just drill down and understand like how to first off get a lay of the land here. So first I'm going to add a little more extra data in here. Yes, we're looking at the S&P E-mini here. I've also got the NASDAQ up as well. Anyway, there's only three elements on this chart, and they're all quite simple and straightforward. That's actually the beauty of it here. Is the simplicity. It is just visualizing it in a unique way, and it's showing a lot more integrity and honesty of what's actually happening in the markets here. Let me take the elements off the chart to begin with here. So best bid and offer, the heat map, and then the volume dots here, and we're going to add candlestick bars. Okay, I'm also going to put these into let's see, a 5-minute candlestick bar chart. Okay, and I'll zoom out a little bit here. Now we all know what this is. Every 5 minutes you get a bar, open, high, low, and close. So you're getting 4 data points every 5 minutes. And we're trying to read and understand what's going on in the price action through these 4 data points. That can be rather challenging. because it's aggregated within that 5-minute bar and is completely opaque to what happened within that 5-minute period. You do not know. You just know that it opened here, went down a little bit, it broke out to the upside here at 10 o'clock, and then it closed up here, and we've been trending higher ever since. So the first element on the Bookmap chart will break this down. And that is to show pure streaming price action. Okay, and that's best bid and offer. Okay, so how did this go higher? Here we've got the details, and we'll zoom in here hold on just a minute here, because the candlestick, I don't want to aggregate them. Okay, so this is how we went higher. All right, so in this 5-minute period, you see this chop here at 9:30, the cash open, and the back and forth, and then we went up higher here, and then we closed here on this 5-minute period at 9:50, and then you can see here 9:55, we broke out again, and then broke out two more times here, but with less of a move here. So what happened? Well, here we've got the price action. So you can see the back and forth in here in the best bid and offer streaming over time. Between this period here, we broke out, came back, retested the top of the range here. And then we're going to find some buyers in here. And they were able to move the market at this time here. And then you can see we even pulled back here. And look where we pulled back to. See this little sideways consolidation? Retest it, come back up, and then break out again. Understanding the market structure in here is going to give you a lot deeper insight to what's actually happening in the truth of the market, right? And so what Bookmap can do is show all of this data for you. But you can zoom out, and you don't have to look at it if you don't want to. Now, that's one element here. We're already seeing a lot of what's happening between the candlestick. But let's add another element here, and that's going to be the volume dots. Okay, so now a green dot here is a market buy order. The bigger the dot, the more that transacted. A red dot is a market sell order, and that's all it is here. The bigger the dot, the more that transacted. Now we have a context though with the market structure. Okay, so the market structure is this best bid and offer, and it creates these zones or trends, etc. Now we can understand the volume within it, okay? Because here you can see that kind of exhausted out up here. There are not that many transactions up here, and then we pulled back. Then we came up here and we see some transactions, and we get a breakout. Okay, this is very, very typical in the beginning of a trend here, and we continue to trend. And then look at the buying in here. Okay, you can see not much. There's a big volume dot here, kind of hidden by the candle, but some back and forth, and then we see the buyers come in again and lift it. But how do they lift it? Lift the offer in here, not on a whole lot of volume. Okay, so how do we see that in the candlesticks? It's just by maybe shorter candles, but we don't know. Maybe there's a massive volume and a big battle up here. In this case, there's just not a whole lot of buying, and we see the sellers come in and try to either some profit taking, or they're trying to move and trying to sell back into the range. Okay, so anyway, that's two elements, and then the third element here is where everyone gets a little confused by Bookmap, and that is the heat map and what it is. Okay, so this is showing here the opposite, the other side of the trade, the opposite of the aggressors, the passive liquidity. So for example, right here, you see very high liquidity, okay, in the heat map, and the traders, the aggressors, trade into it and through it, and look at the retest back to that area here. Now let me define exactly what you're looking at in here with the passive orders and what they mean. Okay, it's all derived from the order book. The COB column over here, this is our current order book. This is showing you liquidity. This is your dome, or your depth of market. The numbers, numerical values in the histogram here is showing you the amount of contracts per price level. Okay, now what we do in Bookmap is we take these numerical values and we transform it into a heat map form. So you can see up here, like at 92, 92 and a half here, or I'm sorry, 93 and a half, you see 155 contracts in this kind of reddish color. Now this is in the live market. And one tick below 151, and it's a very similar color here. And that's all we're doing. Now, this vertical white line here is the separator between the current market right here, current best bid and offer, and the historical market to the left. This is what has unfolded. Now, if you're using a dome and you're trading off a dome, you see these numbers in here, but when they change, and you can see they're always changing and fluctuating, you don't know what was there before. You don't know how long they were there, if they transacted earlier, if they defended that area, if they pulled away from that area, etc. So by turning it into a heat map form, we can plot it onto the chart. And now you can zoom out and you can see that historically. So you can see as we move down here, well, we traded into high liquidity down here at 65.85, kind of bounced around a little bit, came back down again and retested here, and there's still more liquidity here. Okay, we can zoom in and find out exactly how much traded here. Only 12 contracts right into it here. Not enough sellers. So we bounce around again and we found buyers. Lifting the market back up into areas of high liquidity up here on the offer. And we can understand the appetite on the offer. So they were in here earlier, and then they kind of pulled it away. See how the heat map color changed here? And then they started to add back in because it became this orange and red, yellow color in the heat map here. The scale is up here in the top center. So red and orange is very high liquidity. Then yellow, then white, blue, and then black is the least amount of liquidity. Okay, so now we have another context, understanding the appetite or the intent to trade at specific price levels. And you can see how the market reacts to these levels. I mean, you can just look at this example right here. Pretty good example. We trade up into high liquidity, and we trade back down to high liquidity, and then we bounce back up and looking for buyers to trade again up into high liquidity here on the offer. Okay, so that's the final piece or context of these three elements here that we can put together and start to understand. Now, how do you use this moving forward? Now that we have this basis here, the simplest way really is to look at your charts and then start to understand where these areas of high liquidity are laying. Okay, so we see it up here at 93 and a half, also this kind of 95 area here, and then up here at the big round figure of 6,600. Okay, quite a bit of liquidity up there, 376 contracts. We get there by today, we'll see. We're not too far off. The question would be, if let's suppose you're a candlestick trader, let's just dim the heat map here, and we'll take the volume dots off again. Okay. So the question is, as we come back up into here, how will you use this? Well, maybe you see something in your candlestick patterns in here. Let's get the best bid and offer off. You see that well, this is a pretty big candle here, and you see the rejection here and the heavy selling. But we come right back up here, and you're starting to read it in here, and you can see some of these wicks, but you don't see much follow through. In fact, we don't even make a higher high here. Okay, it looks like the high was around this 94, and then here we don't come up to it. We don't even make the equal high. So at this point here, you start to see this candle, and it kind of moves away from this little range in here. Okay, so this is where you can start to, maybe you look at your candlestick pattern. Now you want to understand the transactions and the liquidity up at this range, and that'll give you confirmation for your candlestick pattern. Okay, so then let's turn those on and let's take a quick look. So here we go. So we can see the high liquidity up in here, and the buyers don't go for it up at 95, and we get this heavy selling that comes in. We come back up again. We trade into high liquidity here. This is important to understand. The transactions into this high liquidity here, and that really absorbs a lot of that buying pressure. That's why we go sideways in here. Okay, it is due to the absorption of high liquidity in here, and you can see that after the back and forth, one more burst of buying up again into high liquidity here at 93.5, and then we see a little bit back and forth, and then the sellers come in. Okay, so what you have is your double top here. What you have as well is high liquidity getting filled passively on the offer, sellers. And then again here on the retest, where you see some sellers come in, aggressive sellers. With the buyers come back, we come back up to the high, we trade into high liquidity here, and we don't go through. And we start to see aggressive sellers again. I would be looking for high liquidity to target down here on the bid or even lower. Okay, and then we'll see if we get follow through on this pattern here. Okay. Well, the follow through that we got was just down to this level of liquidity here at 85. And then we've been bouncing around since. Okay, so anyway, that's putting a scenario together from the live market, understanding how you may consider using this visualization here in Bookmap to find an edge for your trading style. Okay, doesn't matter really what your trading style is. Maybe you're looking at volume profile. Maybe you're looking at floor trader pivot points. Maybe you're looking at Fibonacci levels. Whatever it is, you want to understand the context of that high liquidity and how long they've been in here. Do they transact or do they pull, etc. And then that will add a lot more conviction to your trading style. So let me see if there's any questions, and we can jump in and get started here. No questions over here. Zoom, how about over Discord? Double check. I've gone to Discord yet. Nothing over here in Discord, and let's take a look. Questions over here in YouTube. Let's see. No, we got a question here looking at volume or map. Can you long or short? Absolutely. I mean, look, you're going to have to. It's a basis for studying here. Dan, I'm getting an echo in here. Should I? I'm suppressed as a speaker. But and that's good.
You just need to deafen, Bruce.
Okay, got it. Okay, there we go. Okay, excellent. Zipper. Okay, so look, we have a whole lot of resources actually over here at Bookmap. I want to show that to you here, and this will get the ball rolling for you. Go to bookmap.com. And then our hub is very simply, it's right here. Go to education. Click on education here. That'll take you to the Bookmap Learning Center. Here's 10 simple strategies right on the top here. Anyway, for those of you who are new to Bookmap and you want to get started, we have a getting started course here, how to get connected, how to add the data, etc. And then also here, let's just click on it. And I'll show you this. Okay, so how to download, install the platform, connect it to data, how to add a symbol, the overview of the heat map, the three elements on the chart that we just went through. As you can see, these videos are very short. This is just 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And the volume dots in detail, all the different displays, the settings, the filters, etc. The same for the heat map. Okay, so that's a great reference here to get started. And then we have all the different features here as well. So if you have questions on navigating around the chart, displaying the elements, all the columns in here, as you can see, they're very short videos. You'll go through them very quickly, but they're all in here. And how to trade from the Bookmap chart as well, and take advantage of those low commissions over at Tradier. Drawing tools, saving, the subchart, etc. These are all in here. And then I also would recommend highly that you go scroll down to the next section here, understanding order flow and the market mechanics course, because what we do here is we'll go through in detail and understand exactly how these markets work, the basic market mechanics, like what makes price move, and the three elements again here, but really understanding like binary price movement and really what makes the market move. And that will happen on all time frames, really, to be honest. It's really the same thing over and over again, and understanding that context between liquidity and the aggressors, and who's willing to take that liquidity and maybe move price lower or higher. Okay, so that's a great reference, and at least watch part 1, and then you can dig into the strategies and setups courses that we have. You can see that we've got this one here I mentioned for supply and demand. We've got J Trader, a stocks trader, and futures trader, and then options trader here with Brandon, 0 DTE strategies. And then we have events every day. Scroll down a little bit further, and if you want to, for example, attend one of the events, just click on this and you can come to our Discord channel here. You can add this to your calendar, etc. Okay, that should onboard you. We also have onboarding webinars all the time. As you can see here, we have it 3 times a week. So we will answer any of your questions to get you up and running and connected to the data in Bookmap and adding the symbol, and then just going over the basics like we are in this webinar here. Now, we plan to do a follow-up webinar with Tradier here on more advanced features and understanding of how to use it. Okay, so understanding stops and icebergs, or more nuances within market structure. But we're just going over the basics here so that you can understand the context, maybe between like a double top in here, or does this turn into a range? Does it turn into a cup and handle and a breakout strategy? We will know all of that by looking at the order flow in here. All right, does it work with Forex, Sakin? No, it does not, but it does work with currency futures. Okay, and that's going to be much more transparent than the Forex markets anyway. We don't connect to Forex because it is a over-the-counter market. There's no centralized exchange. Okay, commodities, yes, no problem. Well, CME Group futures, okay, as Trey had explained. All right, let's see. How do you know if absorption is happening? Okay, absorption is a great question, and you will not see that in your candlesticks, and you will see that very clearly in Bookmap. Okay, up in here, absorbed, and on the way up in here, price action was slowed down by the absorption of the passive liquidity on the offer. This is just how the market works. Now here, down here, you can see that, just zoom into a good example. Right before 10 o'clock here, okay, this here is not absorbed. I mean, this is very high liquidity here. In fact, it was, we can look at it right here, 263 contracts at that price level. Okay, The buyers took it and a heck of a lot more. So they just ran right through it. So this was not absorbed at all. It was just completely run over. But look at the retest here, right back to where that liquidity was. The market kind of checks in again here, comes back and checks, and sees if there is anyone interested in trading at that level. And you can see there weren't. I don't see any transactions here. If we zoom in a little bit further, yeah, you can see some selling in here, but basically it's starting to exhaust on the sell side. Not seeing many transactions on the sell side. Okay, let me get into your question a bit more here. Do you wait for next few candles? No, you can see the absorption in real time. We also have an absorption indicator, and we also have an iceberg indicator that can show hidden orders and if they're absorbed. Let's see, are they heavy? Well, when you see this heavy buying or selling, and then there's no follow through and it's into high liquidity, that's absorption. Okay, so up in here, we don't even get to that price level where that high liquidity is, up at that 79 there. Okay, well, let's just zoom back out and take a quick look here. Okay, up here. Yeah, see the high liquidity in here, trades into it, and here it technically it was not absorbed, but really it kind of was, because what you see here is very high liquidity. You see the buyers here, and there's nothing left. There's nothing left in the tank, it's very paltry here in terms of the buying. In fact, look at the high liquidity comes in at a lower price level here 93.5. And do you see buyers interested in it? No. Look at this, is exhaustion in here. There's no interest. There's just maybe a couple of transactions up in here, and then you see sellers here. Now, where are they interested? They're interested in taking this back into the high volume node here, or the range, or the mean, or where price can transact. Okay, it was too lofty up here. We found sellers up here. They absorb the buying pressure. That's how you can start to put the pieces together. All right. You can use the you don't see it in the candlesticks, but you can use the candlesticks to confirm that absorption or exhaustion, and then look for the follow through down to areas of previous swings in the market structure and high liquidity. Okay. All right, can I talk about icebergs, please? All right, icebergs are a very specific type of order. It's a hidden order. And what we can do with the iceberg detector, this is for the only for CME group instruments, is we can display once they start to transact. Okay, so let me briefly show that here. I don't want to get too much into it, Callian, because we'll probably go over more advanced features in the next webinar with Tradier. Okay. All right. So, but I will go over the basics of it. All right. Here we go. On chart. We can show it on chart and in the sub chart here. Okay. So and I'll get rid of cumulative volume delta, and then here are transactions. Okay, the red line are stop transactions. The blue line are transactions of iceberg orders. Okay, now we don't know how much is behind a hidden order. Hidden order is actually it works just like, technically it works just like a limit order, except it is hidden from the order book. So let's suppose you're a larger player, and it is typically larger players that are using iceberg orders because they don't want to show their size order book. If they come in here with 1,000 lots or 2,000 lots, you can see that the highest in this current order book right now in this view is 180 right here. What if they showed like 2,000 or even like, 200 or 300 more? They might not get the price they want. Okay, so they'll hide it. And the way it works is typically they're co-located next to the exchange. It is an algo that executes the iceberg or hidden order. It's an order type, just like a stop or a market order. It's hidden though. And the tip of the iceberg or a portion of the hidden order is in the order book. So maybe like, let's say they have 1,000 lot. Well, maybe they're only showing like 50 in the order book, but we don't know how much they really have. Okay, we know when it transacts though. And you can see here, see the little E and 125 and E and 50. We can zoom in here and we can show the whole evolution of this iceberg. It started here. It started transacting here and it ended here. And in this case, we do know how much that iceberg was. It was 125 lots. Okay, that's how much they had. If you see the letter C here, it means it was canceled. We don't know what's behind it. Okay, or a lot of times you'll see it in the current order book as well, how many have transacted and if it's still live. Okay, so that gives you kind of an overview of it, Callian, and we'll take it from there. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. Yeah, this is recorded. It'll be available on YouTube, I think later today. Okay. All right. No other questions. Not covering NYSE. No, we're covering futures, and this is the partnership we have with Tradier. It is connecting via their data. Okay, you'll get the data from them, from Rhythmic, and then you'll make the connection here in Bookmap. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if we have any other questions. I think we've answered them all. I will put these links in here for you, or I don't know, Dan, if you actually can take the links here. I'll send you the link. There you go. And here's the video also for connecting to Bookmap with Tradier. And let me show again here, and then open it up for Trey to go over final questions here, and then we want to show the again the link here. Yeah, and it'll bring you to this landing page here. It's trade.tradier.com/bookmap. And then you can get the deal in here. So I don't know, Trey, if you want to talk a little bit more about this deal offering and or answer any other questions.
Yeah, just real briefly, I wanted to answer the question about the NYSE. So Bookmap does offer equities data that you can get directly through Bookmap. And Tradier does offer, New York, NASDAQ stock trading. So, definitely you could use Bookmap as your decision support tool and then execute that trade through Tradiers and still receive that same deal. So that is available. And we are in discussions with having Bookmap right to our API. It's just a little bit longer project than the one that we have right now, which is just futures. But yeah, so the offer, as you see on the screen, if you click on that open an account tab, you'll be able to get the Bookmap offer, and you'll automatically get our low margins and lowest commission rates. The other thing I wanted to tell some of the people that are coming from the prop world is, using Rhythmic, you're going to have a lot of the same risk management functionality that you would have in a prop environment. So, if you had a daily loss limit that you wanted to set in a dollar amount, like $500 or whatever you wanted that to be, or a percentage of your account. Say you didn't want to lose more than, 2% of your account per day. Um, Now, while we, strongly encourage you to adhere to your own, loss limits and risk management practices, it's just one extra layer that we can add on to help, kind of, you know, uh, keep you in control of the risk.
Okay. So how does it work, Trey? Like when you click on the button, you open an account here, uh,
Mhm.
and uh,
Go ahead, by the way.
you
Yeah, so here you're going, this is actually the same process. So when you open up your futures account, you're also going to be opening up a brokerage account. So anybody that, wants to trade stocks or options will be able to do that as well. Once you go through this process, and you definitely don't need to do it, but it's a much shorter process than opening up, directly with the clearing firm. So we've tried to make it as efficient and easy as possible. But one thing I would caution you is during this process, you'll get the option to fund your account. Don't do that. Wait till you get an email from us with your account number, your futures account number. If you try and fund your account during the account opening process, those funds are going to go to your brokerage account, not your futures account. But other than that, yeah, it's you'll be able to fund by ACH, fund and withdrawal via ACH, free electronic funding and withdrawals. You'll have access to your statements online. And of course, you'll be able to trade, see your balances and positions and everything through Bookmap.
okay, yeah, excellent. So yeah, you'll be able to just as well, like Trey has just mentioned, go up to Bookmap and your account balances, open orders, positions, etc. that you may see. And then, okay, so let's go through this. Okay, so we'll go through again the commissions in here. Oops, hold on. But uh, then you receive the $200 here. So the special offer, maybe if you can describe that a little bit more.
Yeah, so right before we head to that, so the we had another question about needing a separate brokerage account. So there will be we have two clearing firms. So Apex is our clearing firm for stocks and options, and Dorman is our clearing firm for futures. So you will get two different account numbers from us, and you will fund those separately. So the offer is for anyone who funds with over $5,000. So if you fund with $5,000 and you keep your account active for 6 months, then you get you're going to get the $200 right away. But if you withdraw prior to that 6 months, then we're gonna take it back out. So, but yeah, that's the main, that's the gist of the offer. Open a $5,000 account or more, get the $200, which is equivalent to 2 months of the global Bookmap Global Plus, and then in addition, you get the low margins and you get the low latency, great data from Rhythmic, and the low margins, and if you want the custom risk settings for your account.
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
Hmm.
it's really nice that you guys integrated those kinds of risk controls within the account.
Yeah, I wish more people would use them. It definitely a lot of traders will find that when they did the damage to the account, it was just a few bad outlier days that did the majority of the damage. And having some kind of electronically controlled loss limit like that can prevent those outlier days.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Um, it's So, you've got the brokerage there helping you out with that to keep an eye on, if you go on tilt or, to keep you protected. So some nice services there, as well as like you said, you live support here. It's pretty nice that you will have a person there available.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that that's become like a luxury feature or an uncommon feature, but yeah, it's we get we find it's more efficient to just handle the calls in real time.
Yeah. Okay, let's do one more round here. See if there's any more questions, and I think we're good to go here. Let's see. Okay, so crypto trader here talking about the red dots in Bookmap, and also what I showed there for the add-ons of the stops and icebergs, that is not included with Bookmap. The global plus or global version, you will have to subscribe to that as a separate add-on. Okay, so just so you know about that. Anyway, let me go back to Bookmap here. All right, and you see the red dots up in here. These are stops. Okay, so it's a really interesting dynamic to be able to see both stops and icebergs here in the sub chart as well as on chart, because like we were talking about absorption up in this area in here. Well, you'll also see stop runs through an area, and it's amazing to see. Below swings in here. Here's a stop for 34. Or up here 84. Let's look at that one. Okay, so we have a stop run up in here. Actually, it's 38 plus a few others. And these are people getting, I mean, we don't know if it's to enter or to exit. We just know that people were transacting with a stop order. That's what we know. Okay? And when you see like lots of stops being triggered at swings, or especially a cascading like stop run that occurs over many price levels, that is very typical or indicative of a stop run. That is a lot of people exiting the market very, very quickly. Their stops are triggered, and then it just sweeps the order book higher and takes all the liquidity one price level after another. Okay, so it's really interesting to see like like I said, that dynamic here, like right here. People are getting stopped out on the way up as a larger player here is absorbing that with iceberg orders, 175 orders here, and then you can see the stops as their people are getting kind of squeezed out of the market. Who's taking the other side of that trade? Well, some of it is a larger player with their iceberg orders. Okay, so you can really start to put some of these details together, and you can see the differences between how that relates to your price levels, your candlesticks, and your market structure. All right, I think that answers all the questions there. Let's see, Janine has a question. Okay. If a loss of trades within 6 months, does it count as a withdrawal, or do you get the $200 discount? So basically, if you blow your account out, Trey.
Oh, I mean, we're gonna, try and prevent you from doing that, but I mean, you'll need to keep a funded account for 6 months. So I don't think you'll get down to zero. We do have some risk controls that we put in by default. So I don't see that as happening, but you do have to keep a funded account. You may have to add funds if you completely blow out your account.
Okay, see. Are there any other costs involved, data fees or anything else from Tradier?
Right. So there are data fees. So I believe it's $45 for the full depth of market for the CME bundle.
Right. Okay.
I could be a couple dollars off on that, but it's approximately that for the CME bundle
Got you.
through
Um,
Rhythmic.
and full depth, what Trey means here is if a lot of you, if you're looking at data from like CQG or other data providers, they do not offer full depth, meaning that if I zoom vertically here, you can see, we can even go out to like 6,700 up here. There are 5 orders up there. There's 50 orders here at this 92 level here, 66.92. So, this is more than 100 points away, and these are all live. Okay, so that's full depth of market, and that is a real nice edge. A lot of it's surprising to me to always see that there's still quite a few data providers out there that do not offer that full depth of market. Right. Okay, let's see. Trade. Let's give you the last word here, and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, just to kind of tag on to what you were saying is, if you were looking at the dome, and not zoomed in like that, you could actually scroll all the way up and just see all those individual price levels. Whereas, many brokers will stop at 10 levels. And this is, even though we use CQG a lot, especially for our more basic platforms like TradingView, for a platform like Rhythmic a platform like Bookmap to get the, optimal use out of it, you want to have the best quality data feed, and Rhythmic is that. But yeah, we could just, yeah, you could just, if you'd like to close with our QR code so they can scan that. And then if anybody has any final questions.
There's one more question there for you, Trey.
Oh yeah, so this is about stocks here.
Okay. Do you want to address that separately,
Yeah, so
LP?
I can address that. So I'm not I don't know what the cost is for the DX feed data on Bookmap side, but on our side there's no cost for that data. Do you know the cost for
Well,
the
I
DX
mean
feed?
the partnership with you guys, like you had just mentioned, the data has to be very high quality,
Mhm.
and I don't know if maybe we will have that connection with you in the future. But
I don't mean like live trading capability. I know that's kind of in the works right now, but as far as as far as like if they just wanted to use Bookmap for like a decision support tool and execute on our platform for stocks, um, is there
they would still need to subscribe to DX feed data.
yeah, right. And do you know the cost for NYSE and NASDAQ?
Well, we don't actually connect to NYSE,
Okay.
and but we do connect to Nasdaq and EDGX,
Okay.
and we also that's from DXFeed, and then also Bookmap does offer. We're actually a data provider for Nasdaq as well, and you can also subscribe to that data.
And that's NASDAQ total view.
That's
Is that
correct.
correct?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, which is a fantastic feed.
yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yep. I think that's it. Thank you, everybody. And we will, Trey will organize the next one. Maybe we'll have a trader on like Scott Pulcini or somebody and
Sure.
go over, get into some details in a kind of richer experience understanding the nuances in the order flow in Bookmap.
Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Trey.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.